Thank you so much, Bharti. I now request our director, Dr. Rajendra Prasad sir, to welcome the gathering.
Yeah, good evening to one and all. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome as a director and also as the alumni. And being alumni is a more proud for me. And the management of KLE has recently entrusted me and given the charge of director. As most of you know that I was earlier working as a Dean Academic from past 10 years. So recently I've been given the charge of even the director. So I'm very proud that the KLE management has trusted the young team and given the charge of the entire college to us. So as I'm being the alumnus of the first batch, it's a very proud moment for me to welcome you all for this occasion. As of all of you are aware that our college has grown a lot in the recent years in terms of number of students or in terms of the placements. So like quality and many parameters have been improving. And as the management has come in the young hands of us, we can take this institution for the next level. And I got two pillars. One pillar is my own staff here. So all my staff are very competent, very helpful. But one more major pillar is the alumni. Without alumni support, I cannot take our institute to the next orbit. As we got this opportunity, so let us take this institution to our next level. And for that, I want everybody's support. And I take this, I can say, liberty and expect the help from everybody. Now, as I told, like I'm also from the, as most of you are aware, might be the third best alumni, may not be aware of that. I'm from the first batch. Why I'm saying this because now this college is not completely ours. So anytime you're in Hubli, please come down, see the institute because most of us, the first three batches, we have passed out. We are not still in this campus. So this is a new campus. I think most of us seen the campus. Those who have not seen can just come visit. So it's your alma mater. Come cherish your memories. I know the time has come for us to contribute. We being the seniors of this institution, the initial few batches must be able to contribute more to strengthen our college because when most of us will look back and look at our career, many are growing.
Is there an audio issue?
Seems to be an audio issue.
Yeah.
Let's wait.
Okay,
We are back. Yeah.
admit there's a small technical problem.
It's an audio issue.
Okay, so with this, like a few words. Okay, so with this few words, I once again welcome you all, and I expect more support from the alumni. So I welcome one and all, and I request the program to taken forward. Thank you, Tanuja.
Thank you so much, sir. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. So now it's time to listen to the success stories of our alumni. So firstly, let us hear from Mr. Sampath Vijay sir. Sampath sir is a business integration and an architecture manager in the Accenture Solutions Private Limited. Over to you,
Thank you.
sir.
Hi all. I hope most of us have not met quite often, but then I think the touch that we would want to have with our institute has never diminished. So I would just like to take this opportunity to thank the management of KLE IMSR, my friend and director, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, and Arvind, who is again my friend and the alumni president. So I thank all of you to providing me an opportunity to come and speak to the students and talk to the friends that I have known but not met for a long time. So before I start, I just want to give an example of what is success. There is no specific definition of success, as I can deliberate and show it to you that with an example. So we have all been through the pandemic. Now, pandemic has been very difficult for everyone, but then if I look at it from the positive angle, let me take what is success, or let me see how success is defined for individual people. Somebody who has not been infected at all during this entire pandemic, somebody who has not been infected at all during the pandemic thinks that he or she is a successful person because they have not gone through the pain. But a person who has got infected one time or multiple times thinks that he has gone through the pain and come out successfully. So what this indicates? This indicates that success is very relative to each other. It's not, there is no specific definition where I can go and tell this is success. So it is important for us to understand that success is very individualistic, and it is relative to the environment that we are in. With this, I'll just want to go through the journey that I have been throughout my career. I hope, I don't know whether I'm successful or not, but then I think I am at peace at myself with the kind of work that I have been doing, and I'm satisfied with what I can say. And the major contribution for that comes from my education. So it's not only the post-graduation, but the primary education that happens. So that's the foundation. And basically, I don't think that any one of us would have been what we are without the foundation that we had in our schools. So that's something which I think that has been the most important step towards achieving greater things. Basically, because it has helped me understand the value that we carry as an individual, we bring to the society when we speak to our clients, our friends, our colleagues. So value is what I think is one of the most important things that we bring in, and we are valued because of what we are, rather than we being valued because of our success. Because success for others is different, and for me is different. So it's about what I carry with myself. So that was one part of the life. The second part, which entirely changed the way I started looking at the entire work life or the career that I look at. When I started MBA, probably I was very naive. I had some experience working in mechanical industry. And then because of the great recession that we had in 98, I was kicked out of the organization, saying that we don't have an opportunity. And that turned out to be a very good situation for me, because then I thought, what can I do further, which will enhance my value for personally, as well as for the organizations that I might work or I might do something on my own. So I thought, I discussed with a couple of friends that I had. So they suggested to do a lot of things. Somebody suggested, being from mechanical background, you go ahead and do production engineering, masters in production engineering. Somebody suggested you start up your own business. Somebody suggested that you do MBA. Finally, after all these things and discussions with the family and friends, I thought I will do the MBA. And I joined KLE. And I very vividly remember the first day that I joined. It was 10 days after the college had actually started that I joined the institute. And I did not know anyone in that the college, who were my professors. In fact, I did not know. I spoke to one of the persons while I was going to find out where the class is. We were that time in the GGCC campus. So that person said, you go straight and take a left, you will find the stairs, take up the stairs and you'll find the class there. I was very astonished to see that the class was huge, because I did not expect that the class would be big ones. And then the journey started. it changed the entire perspective of how I started to look at work, how I started to look at myself. It was kind of a personality development session for 2 years, which helped me enhance my skills, not only in terms of understanding how businesses happen, but also in understanding how I can enhance myself to work with others and bring out the best from myself and the others. And being the first batch, we had our share of movement from JGCC to the present campus that we have. Unfortunately, we did not go into the new campus that we have presently, but I have visited the campus, and I think it's one of the best campuses that I have seen in our region. So I can say that. So what actually turned out was it gave me confidence that I can do what others want me to do. Also, it told me that I can do anything that I wish to do because I had the determination and the confidence, which the foundation as well as my MBA career, MBA program provided me. And once that was done, believe me or not, I will tell you, immediately after school, I got a job in Chennai. So I had to go to Chennai and I had to work there. And it was a new language. It was, food was very different from what we used to have. Plus the culture was totally different. And I had to work in an environment wherein everything was new for me. There was no one who I could relate to. But then what was more important was how do I conduct it and what did I do? In the next 2 years, I was the best salesperson in that entire organization. And I was promoted as the manager for the Karnataka region and the Tamil Nadu region. I was lucky to get that chance because it helped me broaden my perspective at looking at two different regions which are culturally totally different, two demographics which are different than each other in terms of what they bring in terms of the habits, in terms of the psychology, in terms of the way they live or lead the life itself. So this is what happened in the initial phases. Then I took an opportunity to join multiple organizations. Like I worked for Philips through Young India Films, and then I worked for Pidilite Industries. Now, Pidilite Industries gave me a different perspective of how I look at distribution as a market. So I went into, there are two kinds of channels which are present. One is B2C and the other one is the B2B, which we call in nowadays parlance. So I was into the B2B, more of institution selling for Pidilite, where we used to sell right from 5 rupees Fevikwik to about 5,000 worth of goods for construction purposes. So I went into the distribution for institution selling, and then gradually I was put into the B2C also, wherein we had to work with the distributors. It gave that particular experience, I'll tell you, has played a lot of role in my life also, because I now know how to speak to different kind of people from different strata of demographics. It entirely changed the way I speak to someone in an institution and someone I speak to at the ground level at a retail shop. I can't speak to them in the same language like what I'm speaking and saying. If I can use words like parlance, if I can use words like distribution channel, I think nobody at the ground is going to understand that. And that entirely changed, and it also brought to light that when I speak to different people of different psychology, I need to be aware of what is the strata of that person before I even open my mouth. Because if I open my mouth and use words which are not helpful for the other person to understand, I'm useless. That's what taught me there. That gave me a confidence. Then I moved into, again, Young India Films, because they had offered me a role as assistant sales manager all India. And there I got the confidence of selling a product which is worth 5 crores. So if you have heard of Kalpana Chawla Planetarium in Kurukshetra, that is the one I sold to the National Council for Museum, Kolkata. So the confidence that I got from selling this particular product, I'll tell you, you will not have this particular confidence or the satisfaction by doing anything else. 5 crores that time in 2006, approximately 2005 or 6, was like 20-25 crores now. So I got the experience of selling a 5 rupee product up to a product range of up to 5 crores, which is huge for any one of us. Then slowly what I felt was that I was traveling a lot during this period. So I thought, can I do something which can stabilize me? When I say stabilize me, it does not allow me to travel too much. At the same time, it should help me or the organization that I might go into to utilize the experience that I have had or experienced through my work. So I did my SAP certification through Siemens. And then I got into Accenture. That was my first organization in IT. And there it was a totally different experience. I was now into a kind of a virtual world because I did not see who the client was. I had to only speak on the phone, understand, and then deliver what was expected. So that was a different kind of an experience. And this, I'll tell you a story, a small story. It will not be not more than a minute. I joined Accenture as a senior software engineer. And I had people along with me who were experienced in SAP itself, along with the functional experience. There were about 4 or 5 years of experience in SAP itself. But since I joined, in 10 months' time, I was promoted as a team leader. The others were not promoted. And the reason for that was because it gave I brought a perspective to everything that I did. I did not do it for the sake of doing as a job, but then I brought into the experience of the work that I had done while speaking to the clients. The client recommendations that were coming through, that changed the entire perspective of a person who is only 10 months into the IT industry, coming up trumps with the other people who have been there for quite some time. And that also helped me to understand myself that, yes, if I can put myself into this work, I can do anything that is asked of me. So that confidence has been there for some time. And then I have handled multiple clients into communications and high tech, into IS Oil. I am presently working for one of the oil giants, British Petroleum. And I handle the entire division of Castrol. You might remember Castrol. So anything that happens in Castrol goes through me. Any approvals for making changes into the IT system of BP in the Castrol's division is done by me. If I'm not approving, not a single change can move into the system. And that's how I have been working with them. It's almost 11 years that I am into BP client now. Earlier working with fuels value chain, which is nothing but selling of the petroleum products. And now I am into lubricants. Now they have changed the name from lubricants to Castrol. So this has helped me gain the knowledge, not only in terms of the system, understanding of the system, but understanding the client business processes. So anybody who is a student today should understand that it is not the tool that we should understand. It is the business process that we should understand. I think it's been 5 minutes now, more than 5 minutes or 6 minutes, but I think I would say that this is the journey so far for myself. Again, I'll say that I don't know whether I am successful or not, but I can say one thing. I'm more confident than what I was earlier, and I'm satisfied. So that helps me be with myself. And I hope everyone you have been experienced through some kind of experience that I have gone through. You would all agree with that. With this, I would like to end my talk for this session, and then hope I would want to see all of you personally whenever it is possible for us. Thanks all, and have a nice day ahead.
Thank you so much, sir. Maybe the peace and happiness in our work is also one of the success factors we have to consider. Once again, thank you so much. Now it's time for Madam Ashwini. Madam Ashwini is the founder director of Asia Medical Technologies Private Limited and is also an assistant professor at Adarsh Institute of Management in IT. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I must acknowledge the consideration. First of all, very good evening to all of my junior batch students. Few of them I'm able to recollect. Tanmai, very good evening. Hema, very good evening. And yeah, few of them probably it will take a little time as there has been a lot of transformation. So yeah. A very good evening to all of you. And first of all, Dr. Rajendra Prasad ji, Director, KLE's IMSR. Though I know he is my best friend, one of my friend, but then it is a very happy moment, proud moment for our batch to see him as the director heading the institution. And also Arvind ji, the president of KLE's IMSR Association, faculty members of KLE's IMSR, all my juniors, super juniors, and my dear friends. It's an absolute pleasure talking about few thoughts and few experiences of my life. I will leave it to you to decide whether it is success or not. Okay. And but then, though many of my classmates know me, a quick introduction. I was Ashwini Raichur earlier. Now I'm Ashwini AN. So that's been a little change, a post-marriage. And we have a company called Kshema Medical Technologies Private Limited, which is serving into sales and servicing of medical equipments. We are also into production of medical consumable, that is absorbent cotton we manufacture. The unit is in Belur Industrial Estate. And yeah, the journey has been fascinating. I could say that I'm an entrepreneur because I got married. Okay. When, see, KLE's IMSR, first of all, has been a real game changer in my life. Though we were the first batch student, as Sampath was just mentioning, our entire college life was in that big, huge classroom, one classroom. So the entire day was spent there. And, you know, we had very memorable moments to cherish for life. Few of them were very proud, happy, and some moments, given a chance, I would like to change even now. So, but then, whatever, it was a very great experience learning. And at this point in time, a big shout out to our my favorite professor, Dr. Kidyur sir and Prashant sir, and of course Bagli sir. You know, I was just listening to one of my junior making some kind of a you know, naughty comment saying that Saket Bagli is there, and then, you know, looking at Bagli sir, and yeah, Bagli sir, of course, a very charming personality. Without their contribution, we wouldn't have been what we are today. So big shout out to all of them. Before I kind of share my journey. Journey to building my career started off with, as I said, marriage. I consider marriage as my first startup, okay, which is successfully running since 21 years now, because it takes a lot to even, you know, have a successful marriage, right? And yeah, everyone was looking out for a job. I was already married. So that was the status. Nevertheless, I was placed in Cipla Pharmaceuticals by the college. I couldn't do much than just fourth semester project with Cipla. So after doing a couple of odd jobs here and there, due to my family constraints, I was forced into teaching. But then I consider that to be a very fortunate event wherein I kind of, found out my passion to life. That I consider as the first milestone of my success, wherein I found out what I want to do basically. I felt that time, and I still feel that I am born to teach. So that's the first milestone, I would say, that I found out to my success. Again, in the year 2005, the journey was going on. 2005, my husband met with an accident. He had to take bed rest for 3 months. And this was a dangerous time wherein we pondered around, and then we thought of setting out of our comfort zone and started off venturing into entrepreneurship. We floated a company called Kshema Medical Systems, which was purely into the distribution and sales and service. But later on, I would consider entrepreneurship being a bittersweet. We enjoy doing it, but then it is very hard, very challenging. I must say, but with the efforts, we were able to achieve a major milestone. Just within 2-3 years, we were able to achieve 4 or 5 crores turnover way back in 2007-8 when we started. And we have more than about 1,200 happy customers all over Karnataka, various hospitals and clinics. Everything was going good. But then, as Jim Collins says in his book, Built to Last, that every 10 years, if you don't reinvent your company, it will not be surviving. So in order to reinvent ourselves, we thought we will set up a production unit. And 2014, the journey began. We bought land, KSSIDC. I'm eager to hear Director KSSIDC speaking to us. We bought land from KSSIDC and started off journey 6+ years. A lot of challenges. It was a huge work, I would say, getting into technology, government licenses, pollution control, finance, HR, so on and so forth. It's a major thing. But then with the continuous efforts, I think now we are able to see some kind of fruits from the venture. And I would just like to share this happy moment that just last month we got 2 major investors to our company, and just the last week we got a rate contract from Aster Group of Hospitals for the supply of absorbent cotton all over India. And hopefully in a couple of days, probably Manipal, we will get working with them to supply absorbent cotton all over India. So that's been the story from the entrepreneurial side of my journey. Coming back to my teaching profession, that's my passion. So, it is basically that I enjoy. The reward to me is to see the smiling, satisfied, happy faces of students after a joyful session. So, one session like that just happened today, wherein we had a training session on winning attitude for about 4 long hours, and for about more than 100+ students. And the kind of joy that I derive after a fantastic session like that, it is immense. With that joy and happiness, I'm sitting here sharing my success with all of you. I think what I think, is the journey. Success is just not lying in the outcome. It lies in the journey. It lies in the journey of, there are 2 philosophies basically which I believe in. One is the ice cream philosophy. Maybe you might have heard about it. The philosophy of enjoy before it melts, to the candle philosophy, which is light the surroundings, even if takes melting yourself. So we need to travel from enjoying before the ice cream melts to melting ourselves to give something to the society. And I think we are long ahead in that journey. At this age, we think we should not look at success in terms of probably position, being rich, or these are things which are very, very materialistic, I feel. Though materialistic is important part of our lives, without money nothing can happen, I know that. But then yes, we need to understand and reflect on how we can kind of give back to the society. And from my side, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, take it from me that whatever it takes to contribute to the institute, I am there with the institute. I must acknowledge at this point in time, KLE's IMSR has been a major contributor of success in my life. I think I have taken a lot of time. Thank you so much once again to all the faculty members, especially Professor Aruna, who has been a wonderful coordinator organizing this event. Thank you so much once again. Over to the organizers.
Thank you so much, ma'am. The smile on your face throughout your speech was impeccable. Indeed, it was kind of a motivational speech. Once again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now it's time to hear from Mr. Sanket. So, Mr. Sanket, sir, is the sole proprietor of Science Computers and the government distributors here at PPA. Over to you, Sanket, sir.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, I take this opportunity to thank the management of KLE IMSR, Director Rajendra Prasad sir, our very good friend Dhani Arvind Deshmukh, and the whole KLE IMSR team giving me a chance to speak about my success story. I don't know how much successful I have been in my career, because my career has been completely a roller coaster ride for me. I can just say that I was in a situation where I can say I was jack of all trades but master of none. So actually my uh, career journey started from multiple places, because I did not study in one particular place. I studied in my native place, Ballar district, Kondo, Hubli, Sindhi. So this study in all different places given me a lot of knowledge and experience. So during the MBA days, all of my friends knew that my only aim was to crack the UPSC exam. That's the reason I never gave any interview after my MBA. So I did prepare for civil service for 2 years. I did crack the prelims, but I could not crack the mains. So like everybody has various plans for their career, I did not have a concrete plan. That is where I think I went wrong, because I had a plan A, but I never had a plan B or plan C. So that was the reason. After quitting the UPSC exams, I did multiple works in multiple fields. Like I was in teaching for 2 years. Then I was in industry for around 5 years. Then I had 2 business failed ventures where I lost very good amount of money. In fact, I was a full-time politician for 2 years. Then there came a situation in my life where from peak of my career to I was in the lowest part of my career in a matter of just 1 year. So that 1 year was a big learning experience for me. I did fail many times, but this time I was determined that after all these failures and all the learnings I got from my previous experiences, I should not fail this time. At least I should achieve something. And that was the time when my family came to my rescue. As we all know, in the bad times, it is your family that helps you a lot. And I should be very, very thankful to my brother and my wife, who stood with me during those tough times, where I was not in a situation to think what to do. I was in home for 3 months in the year 2014. So these 3 years were one of the toughest part of my life. Then my brother introduced me to one of his friends in Belgaum, and he gave me a very good idea to venture into the distribution, which I am doing right now. So this time I was determined that when I am entering into this business, I should do thorough basic work. So that was the reason I went and worked in this distribution for 15 days as a normal employee. Because first I wanted to gain experience of the industry, because industry was new to me, and this kind of business was also very new to me. Then I went there, I worked for around 15 days, came back and started my first venture in October 2013. I started distribution of consumer durable computers. Then slowly I went on increasing my market share, added new companies. At the same time, I got an opportunity to venture into warehousing. Then I got some land allocated from AID. Recently, I have leased out around 70,000 square feet of land to 70,000 square feet of warehouse to Reliance Retail. So with these multiple businesses, I right now I can say that at least I achieved something. I don't say I am successful. I achieved some success. The success comes only when I feel when I can start paying 8-figure income tax. So that is my aim. So for me, success is that because like Sampath sir was telling, success is success is different for different type of people. Different people aim different kind of success. Some people when they achieve that goal, they say my success, I am successful. Some people who achieve that goal and sustain that for a long period, that is success for me. So in that way, for me, when I attained a particular aim and sustain for a longer period, that is where I feel I am successful. So I think with this small story, hope I give inspiration to our juniors. I can say only one thing: whether many a times you may fall, but you have to be strong to come back to achieve what you think. And the major part of anybody's success is surely the family backup, which I got. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sangeet sir. Now, let us hear from Mr. Deepak Bangapur. Deepak Bangapur, sir, is an operation leader, supply chain of Betcom India Private Limited. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
No, no, one minute.
Okay. Hi. Good evening, friends and the juniors. I hope you and your family is doing good at this point of time. I know COVID third wave is still going on. Just I wanted to be checking the health of all of you. Okay. It's great to be back in college. Okay, for me, it's been 2 decades, right? You're out of college, and great to be back in college from where you started your professional journey. Just to give a quick background about myself, my name is Deepak Bankapur. Currently work for Becton Dickinson for supply chain operations, taking care of South Asia region operations. In terms of an overall experience, well, 2 decade of an enriched experience, it all started with the first job with VRL Logistics, where while after college pass out in the 2001, the job market was not so great, kind of a thing. Me and other colleagues when I stepped out of Hubli, went to Bombay, went to Pune, trying to find out a job. Finally, I got a job in VRL Logistics. But again, well, I thought that again the job is in Hubli or Dawar, but when the offer letter came in, it said that okay, you need to go and report in Hyderabad. Definitely, Hyderabad was an unknown place for me. I didn't have any ecosystem to support in, kind of a thing. It's an unknown territory to step in, kind of thing. But I said that okay, let's go and test it out. There is no harm in testing out, kind of thing. But 3.5 years I worked for VRL. It's I would say that okay, it's an enriching experience. While I was able to meet up professionally, I was able to grow up, but it's I also able to learn new language. Telugu I never known till the day I was in Hyderabad, kind of thing. So that become an added experience for your professional journey, kind of thing. After 3.5 years, I joined a company again in a startup in the FMCG sector. I joined in Hyderabad and I spent there for 9 months. Then in the same company, I moved to Bombay. Again in 2005, that's where I joined Rediff.com. I'm sure all of you must be doing the online shopping through Amazon, Flipkart. 2005 is when I joined for the e-commerce division of Rediff.com, responsible for moving the material once the customer places the order and I pick it up from the different vendors till it reaches to the customer, payment collections, and managing logistics partners. I was there for 2 years. Then in opportunity came in 2007 for Nokia. Again, I joined in Bombay, taking care of West region operations. Nokia was really a game changer in terms of my professional experience. I would say that because that was a company in 2007, 2010. It was at peak. That's a company which has a rich culture, traditions, values, ethics, compliances, and kind of thing. I was able to learn a lot many things in terms of system, people management, processes. Okay, While 3.5 years I was in Bombay, and then moved to a national role in 2011 in the Nokia, managing the national operations. When Nokia got acquired in 2014, I become a Microsoft employee. Was there for 3 years. Other than managing the handset logistics, I started managing the Microsoft products. Okay, 2017. That's where when I left Microsoft and joined Becton Dickinson. Currently, as I said, I'm managing the South Asia operations. And Becton Dickinson is an US MNC, basically into medical device technologies, dealing with multiple medical product, and especially last 2 years because of the COVID, and like what Ashwini said, that okay, and we were like we were acting as COVID warriors in terms of ensuring that okay, the material supply to the hospitals, to the labs available and around the clock to ensure that okay, safety of the patients being taken care of. While all this 20 plus years of experience, right, really helped me to grow in kind of thing. Something I wanted to say that okay, there might not be a standard rule for a success kind of a thing, but if somebody really wants to progress in the professional journey or a personal journey, something everybody has to think through is saying that okay, in terms of a planning in the area of interest. Okay, planning might be a short-term planning or a mid-term planning. When it comes to a professional world, it say that okay, career blueprint kind of a thing. Okay, when it comes to individual planning, it has to be either short-term planning or a mid-term planning. Also, the planning needs to be supported by your area of interest. Please take a look at your area of interest. Some of you might be experienced in the sales, interested in sales, some of you marketing, some of them on the operations. It's important to identify your area of interest and then make your actions to support your areas of interest. While there is an area of interest, while there is a planning, the another important piece is focus on your strength and the weaknesses. While there is a strength which you can safeguard in, it is important to work on the weaknesses. That's what has helped me to go through all this 2 decades of an experience. It's improving or overcoming the weaknesses is a continuous journey. It can't be saying that okay, I will overcome on a one day kind of a thing. And in order to address some of the weaknesses, probably you need to have a mentor, you need to have a friend, you need to have a coach or a guide kind of a thing. It's important as an individual, you need to select a person who can act as a mentor, guide, or a coach kind of a thing, who can give you unbiased views on the areas which you want to really develop in kind of a thing. And finally, something I wanted to say that okay, there are two concepts. One is learn, and second one is unlearn. Okay, while learning is in a continuous journey. Okay, as an individual, as a student, as a professor, as a professional, you need to continue to learn in. But there's something called unlearn. Okay, with the technology changing in, with the new things coming in, it's important as an individual you need to unlearn. Then only you'll be able to adapt new stuff and able to achieve new greater heights kind of thing. As I said, there is no standard rule. I would say that okay, rule for a rule book, I would say, for a success kind of a thing. But these are the some of the tips I would like to share it kind of a thing. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank entire college professors and Dr. Rajendra for giving us these opportunities, and happy to interact with any of the students in case anybody needs any support, in case of anybody needs any career guidance, work as a mentor. Happy to connect with you offline and take it forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Deepak sir, for sharing your career journey with us. And we really appreciate your advice and we make sure to take them through our journey as well. So now let us all hear from Anand Gowda sir. Anand Gowda sir is currently working in Tata AIG General Insurance Company Limited, and he is the circle manager in Karnataka. Over to you, Anand sir. Sir, are you there?
Next speaker.
Okay.
Yeah, good evening all.
Unmute yourself.
Good evening.
Can you hear now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity given to me for speaking about my success story. So I am basically from a rural background guy person. Okay, so I am from a agriculture family background. Okay, so I did my graduation from Dharwad KCD. So I was when I was doing my BCom. So even I was maybe in second year, I was not aware about whether I have to go do MBA or not. Okay, so I was not very particular. So when I entered final, I have decided to do my MBA. Okay, so I joined KLE IMSR. So basically, when I joined KLE, so I was completely the different guy. Okay, so the language barrier. Okay, basically I am from the rural, so even I was not able to even communicate. Okay, so that is the I think the stage I was facing when I entered my MBA. Okay, so the same I think my seniors told. Okay, so even I was searching for the classes when I entered in the campus. Okay, so maybe in 2 years I have learned many things from all my friends. Okay, so whoever is there in my senior. Okay, all my friends, senior friends. Okay, so they have taught me. Okay, they have given me courage. Okay, you can do it. Okay, so from them I have taken a lot of uh, guidance. Okay, so after MBA, okay, as I think my seniors told, okay, there was, I think, uh, opportunity was very less. Okay, when we completed MBA, okay, we went to Bangalore. Okay, so joined some I started my career with Vodafone. Okay, so that was a telecom company. Yes. So after that, I have joined 2005. I joined insurance. From last 2005 to 2000, 21. Okay, almost around 15, 16 years, I am into insurance. Okay. So one thing I can tell you. So when I was started my career with the insurance, okay, so nobody was ready to join insurance. Okay, even today, if any, I think I can give one example. Whenever I think I had conducted many classes. Okay, when in Bagalkot BV Sangha College, I have conducted some classes in Bellary colleges. When I multiple whenever I'm visiting for giving a at least opportunities. Okay, what is the opportunity available in the market? Okay, how we have to utilize it and go ahead. Okay, to succeed in our career. Okay, so that is I think I have communicate the same thing I have told. When you go and speak to any of the the MBA the who is studying the insurance, one thing nobody is interested to join because they believe that insurance is a tough, no tough product. I can't sell it. Okay, so my success story, why I'm telling is from last 15, 16 years, I work. Okay, I work as a with a fashion. Okay, with a fashion. Okay, so I am handling entire Karnataka for Tata AIG. I am managing bank assurance Axis Bank. Okay, even earlier I managed Kerala, Karnataka. Okay, I manage around 14, 45, 50 team in my team. Okay, so entire Karnataka. So definitely I think from KLE IMSR, I have learned a lot of things. Without KLE IMSR, okay, my success is not complete. Okay, so definitely after completion of my MBA, so that has given me a a base. Okay, where to go and what I think we have to do it in our career. So definitely 15 years in insurance. Okay, is a best I think time I have spent. Definitely I think my to my juniors. Okay, whoever is interest. Okay, maybe in insurance industry or in any financial. Okay, so definitely I am based out of Hubli now, right now. So definitely I am ready to help as a mentor, maybe guidance. So definitely from my side. Okay, for my colleges, for my juniors, definitely I want to contribute from my side. Okay, so this is my success story. Definitely I think I am ready to support whatever I think institutes guide me. Okay, anything required from me. Okay, so thank you for the opportunity speaking here. Okay, so thanks to all the team KLE MSR, all the professors, Dr. Rajendra sir. Okay, thank you very much, and all the best to you all. Thank you so much.
Sir, busting the myths about the insurance career, and once again, we thank you for sharing your journey. Now, let us all hear from Madam Ranjana Joshi. Madam Ranjana Joshi is the AVP and EdHR in America's Infosys Limited. Over to you, Ranjana ma'am.
Thank you so much. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Good evening. Firstly, I think I'm just happy being here and seeing all my friends. I haven't honestly seen them. I know we keep chatting, but it's been a long time seeing them. So I'm just super happy to be here. And also thanks to the college for giving me this opportunity. I feel extremely guilty for not having been in touch with the college and have not been interacting with the college. So obviously I didn't really want to miss this opportunity to connect back with the college. That's, I think, primarily the reason why I thought I should be on this, so that I can connect with all of you. So huge thank you for this opportunity. Really, I'm Ranjana Joshi, and Ashwini said that her name changed. So uh, while I still go by Ranjana Joshi after my marriage, my surname changed to Goody, but somehow it never occurred to me, or I don't think anybody forced me to kind of change that surname. And that thought came to me when I was listening to Ashwini saying that I still am going by Ranjana Joshi. Just to give you all a little bit background, I did my home science from Agriculture University, Dharwad, and I still don't know why I did not pursue masters, in the agricultural sciences background. Somebody just told me that MBA is a happening thing, and maybe you should try it out, right? And I said, okay, why not? And that's how I started my MBA, or at least I joined MBA. And from there on, I think it's been pretty fascinating, I would say. 20 years, two companies. The first one, thanks to the college again, I got placed in a software company in Bangalore called Processware Technologies. I had two of my friends, classmates, Sanjay and Manish. So we were actually three of us venturing out, I would say. Moving from your comfort zone of Hubli, Dharwad, and then going to Bangalore, new city, new people. But I think the fact that you had your friends with you, people you knew, people you could rely on, I think went a long way. Otherwise, the tendency to sort of pack up and want to come back to your comfort zone is very high, right? But the fact that they were there and we were a team definitely helped. Personally, I'm married to Vinod Goody. I have two beautiful children. My daughter is 17, and my son is 11. So very thankful and grateful to what I have in life. Professionally, right now, I head HR for the Americas region for Infosys. It's an IT company. Been with the organization close to 19 years. So this April, I think I will complete 19 years with the organization. When I look back, and then again, like everybody is saying, I don't really know if it's a success, if I'm done yet, not done yet. But when you look back, I really think people who have been with me have really made a lot of difference in my life. The support that I got from people, I really cherish that support. I always think, cultivating those relationships that you have, not necessarily all the time professional relationships. I think whether it can be personal relationships, it can be friends. I think they go a long way. At least for me, that's what's really worked. After spending 2 years in Processware Technologies, which was my first company, I got this opportunity in Infosys, and it was actually for an administrator role, not really an HR role, although I was doing an HR role. But I was just so curious to see the Infosys campus. I said, it doesn't matter. I will just still go and interview, right? And at least I'll get to see this beautiful campus that people keep talking about. And, I shouldn't really miss this opportunity, and let's see what happens from there on, right? So that's how I actually went for my first interview in Infosys. After they interviewed me, they said, you know what, we're actually looking for an executive assistant. We're really not looking for an HR person. So I don't really think we can give you this job, right? And two things happened that day. One, of course, I was extremely fascinated and I just loved the campus, and it was a dream to get into that campus, and I said, okay, that purpose is solved, right? Although I did not get a job. And then I said, okay, fair enough. I mean, if it is not, it is not. And then I got back to my business as usual, right? But guess what? I mean, maybe about 10 months later, I got another call from Infosys, and they said, now this time we have an HR job for you. And that's how my journey with the organization started. But when I think about it, I think that sheer curiosity of, wanting to know the organization, just taking a chance and said, it's okay. I mean, it might not be a role that, meets my expectation, but let me go give it a shot, I think really helped. And from there on, I haven't really looked back. I don't think I have ever said no to any opportunity that has, sort of come my way. Some very easy jobs, some challenging jobs, but, always this attitude of, okay, let's give it a shot. Worst case, yes, I might fail, but I think the learning that you get when you kind of shift from one project to the other, or one role to the other, even in the organization, I think there is immense learning. And I know, Deepak, you alluded to learning and unlearning, and asked me about it, right? I think when you keep changing roles, there is a lot of that, you do. So going back to the people, in terms of support, and I always see this, having lost my father at a very young age. I was maybe 7. So I keep saying this to everybody, that my mother gave me education and my mother-in-law gave me career, because I joined Infosys, I got married, and the first year of marriage, my daughter was born. Very senior person in the organization told me, you seem to be doing pretty well for yourself career wise. Do you really want to get, venture into family right now? And I still remember that day that my mother-in-law said, look, this is the most beautiful thing that a woman can actually experience. So you should really not think twice just because somebody in your organization said something. She said, I'm with you, and you have all my support, and just go for it, right? And I think she really lived to what she said, until I lost her about 4 years back. But she has been a huge support, right? And many people say that, how do you sort of get along with your mother-in-law or your in-laws? And I mean, it's just unbelievable. But I can say I was lucky. Or I can also say, that's where cultivating your relationship kind of makes a lot of sense. The fact that I had that relationship with her absolutely made my life, simple, to really go through the roller coaster drive that I've gone through, right? And the second thing is, there was this moment in our life where between my husband and I, we had to really make a big decision to say who will focus on, career and who will focus on home, right? With my mother-in-law being ill, and obviously she wasn't able to support as much. And with 2 kids, not easy growing up. And again, that's where I think I really applaud my husband for all the support, because we were very rational, in making this decision. I think we said, let's see, who has what potential. And he said, I think you have more potential to really be successful in your professional journey. So I think you should take a driver's seat there, and I will take a driver's seat in taking care of, the house and the family, right? And let's see where it goes, but let's give it a chance. So against all social stigmas, so to say, that, whether the man should take care of the house or the woman should take care of the house, or, who should. I think these days, I think it's, it's a lot more progressive. It's a lot more common. But I think at that point in time, it was a big decision for us. It was a big decision to say that, okay, this is how we will lead our life, right? And there were, of course, times when I used to feel I used to feel extremely jealous of him, because he used to get to spend a lot of time with my kids, and I was like, this is not done, and that's when my mother said, you can't have the best of both the worlds, right? I mean, you have to draw the line, but at the same time, it's an art to kind of balance both. It's an art for him, it's an art for you. But those are moments, like I said, that have gone through, but people in my life have been extremely supportive. And the last instance or situation that I will leave all of you with is, 3.5 or maybe 4 years back, there was a need for someone to take up this role that I'm currently performing in the United States. So I got a call from my manager, and he said that, look, we desperately need somebody to go there, because the person who was handling has quit, and we don't know if we can hire someone locally, and we need someone who understands, the organization, has the institutional knowledge. But we really want you to make a decision in in 24 hours, because, that's how our situation is, and it'll take time, for you to get ready and get there. So I was pretty excited, because I never really thought that there could be an on-site opportunity, or, I never really felt the need saying that I should go ask and so on. But I was very happy that this opportunity came to me. So I called home and I said, what, this is what happened, and they're asking me to go. And I'm supposed to give them a response pretty quickly, right? So, and that's when Vinod, my husband, said, what are you even thinking about, right? He said, just go. And initially it was supposed to be for 12 months. Obviously I couldn't bring my family. They said, you might have to go alone. So he said, don't worry, I got this, and I will take care of the kids. I have your back. So you should just go for it. And I don't even know why you're calling and, deliberating this with me. So when I think back, I don't know whether me getting that opportunity is what I should call success, or the fact that I had the support and he said, yeah, just take it on, and give it a shot, whether that is a success. But either ways, I think I look at it more like a complete package, because you got to have both. And I think it's kind of difficult to manage one, and the other, right? So you I think it's important to have both. So that's really how I determine my success. I don't really think it's the position or the role that I am in today, but I really think that people who have been with me throughout this journey, and the support that I have always got, it's truly my success, whether it is my friends, whether it is my family, or whether it is mentors in the organization. So and when I look back, I always think that cultivating relationship, that curiosity to really want to do more, to know more, learn more, I think really what mattered for me. So with that, thank you so much for this opportunity. I look forward to continuing this association with the organization any which way I can help. I think I'm in a lot better position today to support anybody that needs my help. And yesterday I was watching this Kapil Sharma show. He started his first episode of stand-up comedian, and he said, I'm not done yet. And it kind of resonates with me, saying I think that's possibly true for many of us. At whichever juncture in life you think about it, it always feels that, yes, I mean, there is so much more to do, there is so much more to learn, there is so much more to explore. With that, thank you once again for all the opportunity, and quite honestly, I love watching all my friends here after a very long time. So that's really it.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for taking us through your journey. And your journey also teaches us teaches us how family also plays a role in the journey called as life and career and to make it a successful one. Thank you. Now let us all hear from Mr. Manu sir. Manu sir currently works in the Open Text Technologies and is the Director Regional IT and the Service Operations. Over to you, Manu sir.
Yeah, sir is not my surname. It's Shashidharan, but that's fine. Okay. So anyway, after listening to all these stalwarts, and especially during the second half of the meeting, I'll try my best to make sure everybody doesn't fall asleep. Okay. So
No, in this context, Manu, just I want to add here, where every one of us are planning for this weekend. I think everyone must be planning now, and we have with us now Ranjana, where I think now it's early morning in at her place. It must be around 7 in the morning. So I thank Ranju for taking pain and enlightening everyone over here in this early hours, where every one of us are totally in a relaxed mood, and she is totally in the morning session. So thanks, Ranju.
No, my pleasure. Yes, it is 6:50, but I'm just happy to listen to everybody.
Yeah, Manu.
Okay,
And Manu,
great.
yes, we are active early in the morning.
By the way, I have been a night owl most of my career because I have worked for US clients from India. So, so for me, this is morning.
This is morning, absolutely.
Okay. So, I really didn't know how to prepare for a success story because that's when your story ends that you decide when you have a success or failure. But for the benefit of the current, students who are there, I want to thank Dr. Rajendra and the office bearers of KLE IMSR. It was KLE IMS when we passed out the first and second batches, and those were it's always good to learn from struggles and failures, which gives us. Which can give more idea in terms of how to tackle what lies ahead, especially for the folks who are in the currently studying for MBA. Based on my experience, when I was in the second batch of MBA, it was 2000-2001 time frame. Just for a perspective, we had the dot-com burst happening at that time. So anything that anybody did in COBOL was out of the picture, and there was a complete crunch in the market, no jobs out there, and that's how the placement situation was for both the first and second batches. I remember Sampath also talking about it in the beginning. So that was the perspective when we came into MBA and we were learning. So one of the things that I felt helped me is always looking at going against the tide. Do a lot of reading, question things. Don't never underestimate the power of stupidity, because if you are stupid, if you are ignorant, then you don't know your limitations. So you can do whatever you want, right? For example, I'm a BCom graduate and I've been in the engineering field for majority of my career. You don't have any engineers in the entire chain where I've worked so far. So if you don't know your limitations, you can perform wherever you are. It's just how you want to take yourself forward. So do a lot of reading, discuss with people when you are studying, when you are doing your MBA. You will have people from various diversity, various family backgrounds. You will have fellow students who are from business background, who have families who are doing first and second generation business, families who are from agriculture background, families who are from normal employment, or children of people in the education line. So various you get to interact with various friends who are from various backgrounds, and that way you can learn a lot from everybody's experience, which is going to help you in future, which you don't see now in your current state. It's very important to learn from failures, as I said, because the key is to try and try again. Some people may get it in the first shot, some people may not get it, but it's very important that we learn from that. And learning from others' mistakes is also something that helps you in the long run. Just to kind of give some example of my struggle, which I faced, is as I said, it was a very tough time during that time. The placement that we got, I remember it was Sridhar and me who got placed in Cholamandalam Finance, Fund Point Finance at that point of time. We were getting some 3,500 rupees a month, and I was eager to see, what next. And we were barely less than 6 months work experience. So I was continuously applying for jobs, and there was this job that had a cutoff of 1.5 years sales experience, and I didn't have that cutoff. It was an Italian company. I didn't know anything about it, and internet was just coming in. You didn't have much of spread. Even the Indian stock market was the demat, etc., was not yet coming. Uh, and what I did at that point of time is I did a lot of research on that company, that particular Italian company. In fact, I found out what Milan Stock Exchange, how Milan Stock Exchange was performing, uh, how is this company listed in the Milan Stock Exchange, and just to be on the safe side, I learned a little bit of Italian as well. So a few sentences in Italian, just कहीं ना कहीं काम आ जाएगा, हो सकता है किसको मालूम, right? So so I went into that interview. I was sure I'll be thrown out because I did not meet the cutoff. And fortunately for me, the guy taking the interview was an actual Italian. So I greeted him in Italian, and I said, "Hey, this is what I read your stock market. This is what your company has been doing." And the guy sitting next to him was supposed to be my future manager. So he was silent for a long time, and after the whole conversation was over, I was ready to move out. I said, okay, let me go back to the room. The guys will be there in the room, and we'll continue our daily sessions, whatever we used to do during those those days as bachelors. So but before I reached the room, I got a call, and I said, hey, you are selected. So this is I don't know to explain further, but what I'm saying is, uh, it's up to you how you want to take a situation. If you look at a situation and say that, hey, there's no chance here, it's probably, they say that if you'll miss all chances that you don't take. So it's very important for us to make sure we do a thorough preparation and prepare ourselves and try again and again, because success will come eventually, and every time we fail, we become stronger. The other thing that I learned is to network. Right? It's very important to network, to learn, to understand from others, from your seniors, from your colleagues, from your friends, from your teachers. So whatever you learn and whatever you network, that helps a lot, and it will help you in somewhere down the line. Uh, Another key aspect is to make sure that you don't focus on just learning, because learning itself will not create an impact. It's very important that what you learn you should apply, and you should get an opportunity to apply, and when you apply, that is when you'll have an impact. So maybe initially during your first couple of years of your career, you may not have ability to create impact. You may be doing more focus on learning, experiencing that job function and understanding what it's about, and that in itself will enable you to get into the impactful roles later in your career. So it's very important not to give up during that initial period wherein you are not, hey, I learned all this Michael Porter's model in strategic management, but in my first job I'm not able to do any of that stuff. In many cases that may not happen. But keep that in a bag somewhere, because at later point of time when you grow in your career, you'll have to decide, do I send this work to India or Philippines, or you may have some strategy around that, right? So that's where all these whatever you learned in strategic management will help you in future. It's very important to make sure that you compartmentalize your learning and make sure, and don't feel that, hey, this is just bookish stuff, will it be useful for me? Everything will have some use or the other. It's just that when you find the right slot for it. uh, Another aspect is learning doesn't stop with an MBA. Once you finish your MBA and you join your first job, your learning will not stop with that. That's not the end of it. Make sure you continuously reinvent yourself. Somebody said that you have to reinvent every 10 years. I would say in the current scenario, you may have to reinvent yourself every couple of years or even every year, because many of the jobs that are there currently are going to become irrelevant in future. So the current students will have to make sure they keep themselves abreast to it. Not only the current students, even us, maybe our jobs will get automated, who knows. So so it's very important for us to have that continuous learning even after we get a certain degree. A degree is not a milepost that, hey, I get this degree and that's it. It's not like, you get six packs on one day and that's it, now I'm fit forever. No, you have to exercise continuously in order to maintain those six packs. Otherwise, again, the bulge will show up, right? uh, Another important aspect which I feel is health of the body and mind. Initially, when all of you are new students, you are energetic, you some of you may not have focus on your health, especially your body and mind. Why I say body and mind is physical fitness and your mental fitness is also equally important as you further in your career, so that you will be able to face any kind of physical or mental strains that you may get. So it's very important to invest in yourself, invest in your physical fitness, invest in your mental fitness, keep yourself as much as possible, take breaks and refresh yourself, recharge yourself, so that you will have a long productive life as you go ahead and start your careers. Um and again, as I said, success is transient. So every day is going to be a new battle. What you achieve today may not have value tomorrow. So always don't rely on your laurels. As you gain something, try to get ready for the next challenge. So that's what I wanted to kind of brief. And I'm sure if this will in some way it may help, especially those folks who are new and looking forward to start their careers. And once again, I wanted to thank Dr. Rajendra and rest of the office bearers of KLE IMS and all the teaching staff to give an opportunity for us after so many years to get to see each other and hear our seniors, etc. I'm seeing some of the faces for the first time. I mentioned Ashwini. I still remember for strategic management, other topics she used to give us projects, and we used to kind of learn from that. And now looking back at it, I really feel the value that each one of those activities has added, the projects that Prashant sir or other professors used to give us. So it's very important to gain from all these exposures that we get during the time we are studying. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing the insights of your journey. Now, I request S.C. Patil sir to give the insight of their successful journey. So, sir is the CEO of Patil Industries and is also the director at KSS IDC. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, everyone. See, basically, all my seniors spoke. I know many of faces here. Senior Ranjana, Himaka, and Ashwini. Also, I know, madam. Like many seniors, I know. Like, very nice to see you all. Okay. Basically, success is a continuous thing. What I believe in. Success. Every day we believe in success. Now, what I have found so many years of my life is happiness is a success. How many days, how many number of hours you live happily, that's a success, right? And when it comes to material, it's a success. Like I started my MBA when not joining an MBA, but at the age of 12, I have started a business. Means I started learning with my father, okay, because he used to take me to his shop and he used to give the responsibilities to me. So like that, I started at the age of 12. Then I started my poultry farm at the age of 16 when I was PUC. Then at the age of 21, when I was completed my degree, I used to run a telephone booth, right? So like this, I was working and I was having something to do on my own. But always my father used to refuse that you should work. You should work for somebody. You join some job. I want you to work. So you learn so much, and then again you want to do a business. So that's what his views all about. But finally, after my MBA, I have joined BCom. I have joined MBA. After in MBA, I got a placement at Weisman Homes. Three of my friends who joined with me. I was in Mysore for 6 months. But basically, I was hungry about learning stock market. Tembe sir used to teach us stock market, and I was very much passionate to know more about stock market. That has made me to leave a job in just 6 months. Then after 6 months, leaving a job in Weisman Homes Limited, I have gone to Bangalore and searched for a job. I did not got a job. I come back to Hubli, and believe it or not, I was asking for a job with no salary. I just told, I went to Karvi. I asked them, sir, please take me for a job where I don't want any salary, but I want to learn. Finally, I did not got the job there also. And thanks to stockholding corporation, they have given me some opportunity to work for some months. Then after getting some experience, I have joined India Infoline, and I worked nearly 10 years in India Infoline. I joined as an executive in India Infoline, and I have come out of the India Infoline as a vice president of a company. So that's what someone has to be focused on something they want to achieve. But even though I have enough other activities I have done while doing a job, I used to run my own business. That is Cotons. I was a franchisee for Cotons Garments, and I was a franchisee for Kotak Securities also. So I know how to manage the things multiply, how to give a job to people and get reports on a day-to-day basis, how to run a business. And when finally I thought, like, let me take some big decision in my life and move bigger. Then 2013, I went to industries department. I met joint director of industry department. I don't want to tell the name because that was a very bad experience in my life. And I'd given my card that I'm working for Indian Flying and this is my position and all that. And I told him, sir, I want to start my own business. Please help me, allot me a land. I want to start something. And it's all innovative products I want to make. He said, sorry, we don't have a land. Who told you to come here? Why you have come here? Like that, he has made me that really I felt very bad that why I have come here? Why I have spoken to at least this fellow like that. But I did not left my this thing passion towards making something on my own big, and that to innovative products. So I thought I met some senior people and I was very close contact with family friend of present chief minister. That time he was not a chief minister, but I was very close to him. So I just went and I requested him, and I want to do something like this. So please help me. Then he made some phone calls and helped me to get a land. So finally, I started a business. Now that joint director, he works under me. The fellow who has refused to give me a land, okay, he has to take my permission to do something big. So that is the finally somebody want to have a focused efforts. Definitely they can achieve something in their life. And then let me tell about my products. Like I started working in stock market because it's my passion. As I told you that I went to a position of vice president. I have resigned. Then I have done a lot of research in stock market, and I worked with Mr. Raju sir also. Raju sir is, I think, he's there. Raju sir and myself did a lot of presentations across for Chartered Accountants Association, for CA Association, and many more presentations I have done with Raju sir, who is our senior. Then I have done. I'm passionate about training, and we have did a training for Tata Motors. We did a training for all MBA colleges. I did trainings for this engineering colleges. And then why it is an engineering college? How can I do training for engineering college? So finally, I'll tell you the story. It's a very beautiful story. I started making. I wanted to start up a foundry unit because somebody had told me that foundry is a good business and nobody can do it. It's a very difficult business. And I thought, let me do something in foundry. Then 1 second. Then I thought, okay, finally that time market has collapsed. My cousin wanted to be a partner with me. He said, sorry, I cannot be a partner with you. And I thought, let me do something new. Then I went to civil. I studied civil. To the extent I studied civil, I take classes for chemical engineers in SDM Engineering College now. But I'm not a chemical engineer basically. But as I was listening to Mr. Manu and many of them, like reading, a focused reading gives you a lot of strength, and you have to be focused. Maybe you are into different fields. I'm into different fields now. I'm into food testing also with one of my friends as a partner. I'm into industries. and I am moving into politics also because I wanted to be. It's my passion. So, but wherever you are, you have to be very focused. You should give enough time to it. That's what I learned so far. And then KSSIDC that Ashwini madam wanted to know, like I'm a director for Karnataka State Industry Development Corporation, and thanks to the Yadurappa, he made me to be a director there. But we have done an ultimate job in KSSIDC also. Earlier, there were a lot of lacunas in KSSIDC as we had penalties to all the industries is 75%. If you do a late construction, if you are not started a industry, and so like that, they used to penalize 75% of the present cost. But now that costing we have reduced from 75% to 3%. So which is a remarkable thing, achievement we have done. So, and then we have done a lot of research on steel distribution. So earlier we used to sell the steel through government. In between it is stopped. Again we are starting the steel distribution, and from last 2 years we are making good profits. It was earlier, in between it was a loss making company. Now we are making profits. In fact, Monday we are meeting Chief Minister and we are giving profits of around 3.5 crores, part of the profit as CM's fund. So this is a small growth with what I have made, and in future what I wanted to be more into politics. And please, you all as a friends guide me, like what all things I can do and support me. And then next is industries. Yes, I am passionate about making my industry to grow bigger. Now we are planning to have one office in Bangalore also. So this is my small story. Thanks to everyone. So please support me. Nice to see you, Ranjana and Hemaka and all other people, all seniors. Very nice to see you all. I'm very happy. Thank you. Thank you one and all.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your entrepreneurial as well as your career journey. And we also wish a lot of luck for your future political journey as well. Now, let us hear from Medha ma'am. Medha ma'am is the founder of Health in Your Mind and is a life coach and NLP practitioner as well. Ma'am, over to you.
Hello and good evening, everybody. And it's a really great pleasure to listen to so many success stories from our seniors. I'm sorry, I don't think I know any of y'all personally, but today by listening to your journey, it really has connected and a lot of energy exchange, I must believe. And it was really lovely listening to each one of y'all and the journey that y'all have gone through. It's been a lot of learning experience for me as well, along with listening to all of your stories. And I would like to say my deepest gratitude to my college, KLE IMSR, and the principal director, Shri Dr. Rajendra Prasad, for giving us this opportunity to share our journey of success. I know it's been 2 decades for us that we have left the campus of KLE IMSR, but after 2 decades, what has happened? It really needs a listening ear and a lot of patience to understand different people's journey and appreciate them. And that's how I feel this is a great opportunity to share and listen to a lot of success stories. When I say success, the first success that comes is when you step out of your house and you start exploring the world on your own. I belong to a family of chartered accountants, the Apparanjis, and my parents are based out in Goa. I have done my basic graduation in commerce in Damodar College of Commerce and Economics, and post that I did my MBA 2 years with the KLE IMSR. Post KLE, I went back to Goa and I took up a job at Prince Multiplast. And this is a company that manufactures plastic crates and helps in to different industrial, it's an industrial product where it helps the other companies manage their stocks and things over there. So with this company, that was my first experience, and I met my first job, Mr. Raju Parikh, and there was a lot of learning from this person about how you manage a team and how do you support a team and how do you, bring about different kinds of innovation and how do you promote the students that are there in your team. So the learning over here was immense, and after a year of experience, I got married to Kedar Tonapi, who is a chartered accountant and currently is a finance director at Sherwin-Williams, Bangalore. When I met this family, it was so encouragetive, and my mother-in-law is a retired principal of Sakri Law College in Hubli. My father-in-law is a retired chief engineer, and they made sure that they gave me a proper runway to take my flight high above. And it means it becomes very important that when you get a strong support from the family. Initially my parents encouraged me to do all what I wanted, and then later on I added a couple of more parents to my journey. My parents-in-law, definitely they gave me a lot of more wings to fly and take up all the opportunities that are coming my way. So post marriage, I landed into the city of dreams in Bangalore, where I took up a project and assignment with MetLife India, and I was with the institutional business over here. Again, it would be a B2D, B2 business over here again. And this journey also gave me a lot of, exposure and, meeting clients. And that has been my passion. I love to meet people. I love to talk a lot. And that's how this industry itself gave me a lot of opportunities where I could, spread my wings abroad. Then I happened to go to the city of Chennai along with my husband, where he took up a new project over there. And in Chennai, I had opportunities of attending a lot of interviews. And here I was a little skeptical of doing something that I am totally interested and passionate about. And during my interviews here in Chennai, I met upon a person called as Mr. Farooq Irani, who was the managing director of First Leasing Company of India. My interview with this person has always been memorable, and I just enjoyed my association with this company, wherein my dual specialization of finance and marketing at my MBA graduation helped me a lot, because I was given a position of credit analysis and the marketing too. So my finance love, my finance affection and passion towards finance was satisfied here. So it was preparing credit reports, analyzing balance sheets, and getting more business in terms of leasing. Now Mr. Farooq Irani is known to be the father of leasing in India. So you can understand the amount of immense learning and opportunities I got being associated with this company. And after I grew further a lot with this company, then next comes motherhood, where I took a small break. And I'm blessed with two boys, Aditya and Pranav, who are in their teenagers now, high schools. And they have their own world. They are into their own thing. Pranav is into a lot of cooking. He loves a lot of, he's a little chef at home, so he's into venturing into a lot of cooking. They have their own YouTube channels where they explore and express their talents. That's a new social media benefit that we can see. Aditya is into music. He plays guitar. So kids also have been a part of my journey, where during my break, during my maternity break, I went on to take up psychology as another feather in my cap. And I did a detailed program, a 2-year program with Manasa Institute of Mental Health and Sciences. And I just brought a shift from finance and marketing towards psychology. Once I took up psychology as my profession, and I started learning more along with this, and it brought in a shift from analyzing balance sheet to behavior analysis. So that's the kind of major shift. But instead I also got into another company called as Noitakud Educational Services. That was a team of psychologists, and here again I had a dual role to play, where I did a lot of data analysis and MIS for the company. And apart from the psychology part of doing different kinds of workshops and seminars at different kind of corporate schools and all over here. So post 2016, I started my own brainchild called as Health in Your Mind. And with the rich experience of 15-16 years of experience from my previous companies and all, I began this journey with Health in Your Mind, which again deals with different corporates, schools, and even individuals or at different levels by taking seminars, workshops, or even one-on-one coaching. So this has been my journey along with immense learnings from different people around. And I must also thank my friends, my colleagues in college. They have always been together with me, thanks to the social media, Facebook, WhatsApp, and all that has brought us back together. And when I got married and I shifted to Bangalore, my friends did make an effort to come to my company, visit me, and just show this lovely gesture that we are with you and all that. So there are all other counterparts, my classmates maybe, who are here today or who may not be attending this session. I would like to extend my gratitude to them too, who at every different field have given different kinds of opportunities, and how acquaintances and friendship help a lot in building up more work and more business for yourself. Prasanna happened to invite me to his Big FM office, and he gave me an opportunity to talk on Big FM in Panaji a couple of years before. Amit has been very nice, and we've been associated. I was so happy to visit his wife's school, and like this, Nitin has been so nice, Shivyogi, and there are many other friends, Shikha, Anjana. We are all in touch. Maybe we have a lot of casual meetings, and that's where we discuss quite a lot. But today, by sharing a lot of success stories, and me also by listening to so many achievements, like how different people were saying, like, what does success mean to them. Definitely staying connected for more than two decades is a big success itself. And being grateful to our own like the various colleges that you have studied or various places that you have worked. When you bring in a lot of collaboration together, it really brings in immense energy exchange, and there's a lot to learn from each one of you all. Maybe my journey has been very happy. I've been very contented with all the kind of work I have done. And where in each company there would have been instant recognitions, instant salary hikes, or appreciations from the management coming. It just adds on to more courage and to more confidence, so that you can do and achieve and unleash all the potential that you have, and lead a life full of zeal and enthusiasm. So with this, I would like to say thank you everyone for all your patient listening, and it's really been awesome listening to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for wonderfully expressing your journey with us. So now it's time to hear from Mr. Amit Vijay Kumar sir. Amit sir is a president at Agarwal Samaj Hubli and is a director at Karnataka State Cooperative Societies Association, Bangalore, and is also an IP chairman at Maharaj Agrasen Society Hubli and a convener BJP Trade and Commerce Cell at Dharwad District. Over to you, sir.
Okay, good evening everyone. I am the last speaker for today. Respected Director Sir Rajendra Prasad Sir, Alumni Association President Arvind Deshmukh Sir, Secretary Aruna Madam, Shruti Madam, and all my dear friends. Today I am here to share my success story. My main success mantra is, whenever life gives you any opportunity, accept it with folded hands. Keep doing and keep moving. Actually, in the college life, I was very shy person, but all that changed in my final year BCom when I got elected myself as the General Secretary of JG College of Commerce. As I had to meet with many people, I had to interact, that I became more social. As I was good in indoor sports and winning many trophies, that also helped me. To discover more about myself, I stood for Karnataka University Senate election. Though I lost the elections at that time, but it gave me very much learning and it developed leadership skills in me. When I was studying in MBA in IMSR, I enjoyed participating in different activities. And for that was the reason I was adjudged as the Mr. MBA for the year 2001-2. As a student of IMSR, I got an opportunity to do my summer intern project in Reliance Capital Limited in Mumbai. The project was highly appreciated by the company. They offered me the job in finance field, which was my specialization at the Nariman Point head office in Mumbai. I worked there for a year to get knowledge and experience. and I resigned the job and came back to Hubli and joined my family business. As always, I wanted to do business, and business was my passion. During those days, wholesale sugar business was run very traditionally. With my experience and with my expertise and skills, I took it to next level. Internally, I always felt that I have to explore other fields and do something for the betterment of the society. Therefore, I involved myself in many social activities. In 2004, I started Agrawal Youth Federation as its founder president to do some social activities. And within a year, I was elected in the governing council of the main Agrawal Samaj Hubli in 2005. And continuously from 2005 till now, I have served in different posts, different portfolios in Agrawal Samaj Hubli. And today, I can proudly say that I am the youngest president of Agrawal Samaj Hubli. But the journey was not easy, as I had to deal with people who are very elder to my age and experience. Sometimes the suggestions which I used to give, they used to ignore, and they used to not understand this thing. But later on, after showing the successful results, the same people appreciate me also. In 2010, I started my cooperative journey. It was the biggest challenge of my life. Actually, in our Agrasen Bhavan, the basement area was vacant from last 20 years. I thought, why can't we start a cooperative society there? When I put forth, during my project report and put forth the idea of starting a cooperative society in the basement area, people, all senior people, like they told like it's not going to work. Who will come there? Like, who is going to deposit their money in a cooperative society? Because those days, depositing money in cooperative society was people are afraid of, like. Then somehow I could put forth my idea. I could with 8 senior persons who were very elder to me. We started the Maharaja Urban Cooperative Feed Society Limited with a capital of just rupees 34 lakhs, and with 34 lakhs. Then in the year 2018, they elected me as the youngest chairman of the society. The very next year, our society was adjudged as the best cooperative society by Karnataka State Cooperative Societies Federation, Bangalore. And the same year, we also received the fastest developing cooperative society award by the government of Karnataka Cooperative Department. And today, I can proudly say that our society is a society of working capital of 40 crores, and we are earning a net profit yearly of around 50 lakhs and giving a dividend of 12%. Then after that, on 31st December 2019, I got elected as the youngest director of Cooperative Society Association, Bangalore. I was honored for being the youngest director by WSC Book of International Records, and also my success story got featured in WSC Book of World Records. In the very first meeting of the association in Bangalore, in that time there was a phase when the cooperative societies, many of the cooperative societies were not working. There were strict government regulations on the societies. Taxation was increased. There were high this thing was forced on the societies. Because of them, some mischievous thing done by big shots like Nirav Modi and all. Lots of rules and regulations had come. The GST was imposed, and the societies were getting many small societies got closed. I thought in the first meeting I told all the directors and our chairman, why can't we have a word with the government, with the finance ministry, and why can't we share the genuine problems, because the history of cooperatives is from 100 years back. Then they said that it's not so easy having a discussion with the ministry and all. I told, let us give a try. They told, okay, if you get an appointment, we are with you. Then somehow I managed to convince them and share all the details with the ministry. Then as the budget was about to come for 1 month, no, they were not accepting any suggestions and all, because within 1 month they don't take anything we have to share. Means there's a time gap for that. Then on 18th January 2020, Home Minister Amit Shah was about to visit to Hubli for election campaigning for Karnataka. I thought, as he was also from a cooperative background. I thought, why can't I put a word to him? I tried and consulted. I tried and put forth in the ministry up to emails and all. I went to Chamber of Commerce to their support. I put forth my ideas. I met Mr. Prahlad Joshi, and he also helped me in getting in touch with the ministry. And somehow I could manage and get the appointment of his on 18th January at evening 5 o'clock at Hotel Dennison's. Our chairman sir and the other 4 directors So as I came down here, chairman sir from Bangalore and all the directors from other places. At 5 o'clock we reached the spot, but till 9 o'clock, around 9 o'clock, there was no communication at all. With the PA, he was not taking our phone. The person who gave us the appointment, he was not taking our phone. Chairman sir had to leave. He went back to Bangalore. Slowly, all the directors also left. I was left alone. Somehow I was just waiting there. And suddenly around 9 o'clock, I received a call from the PA, like, sir wants to meet you, you can come down. I went there and put forth the ideas. They had given me 5 minutes, but Mr. Amit Shah listened, gave me patient hearing, and he listened for me for 20 minutes. So I told the genuine problem faced by the cooperative societies. I also suggested a few measures which can be adopted by the government to help out the cooperative societies from all these things. He told that yeah, definitely he will take this forward to the finance ministry, and in the forthcoming budget to all this thing, many of the ideas put forth by me were accepted, and it was a big relief to the cooperative societies. Then also a separate cooperative ministry was formed in the center, because up till then there was no separate cooperative ministry in the center who could listen about the cooperative societies. And at present, Amit Shah only is leading the cooperative ministry, and last year it was formed, and he is the first cooperative minister at the center. Till that time, I was not involved with any political party. But after all this, BJP people invited me, and they offered me the post to become the conveyor of the trade and commerce cell of Dharo district, which I readily accepted. Then further, if I have to say my story, like in association with Joshi, we have started a Punarjyoti. It's a Hubli Dharo eye donation society to help the people suffering from corneal blindness. Then I'm also the honorary secretary of Sri Sai Prashanti Mandir, director of Ahar Dhanya Vartakara Sangha APMC, vice president of Vishwa Kannada Balaga, vice president of IMSR Alumni Session, which I am very much proud of, treasurer of Sahakar Bharati Karnataka, treasurer of Lions Club of Hubli Pulse, Karnataka State Ambassador of World Against Corruption, and involved myself many other social activities also. I have conducted many camps related to health, blood donation, hunger, and many other social camps for the upliftment for the society. My social contribution was recognized, and in the year 2017, I received a Samaj Bhushan Award by Sri Jagadguru Chandrasekhar Mahaswamiji of Asmat, and in the same year I also received a Karnataka Rajyotsava Award by Vishwa Kannada Balaga. Many other awards like Udyama Shri Prashasti, Mahatma Gandhi International Award, Outstanding Achievement Award by Magic Booker Records, and many other awards also have been presented to me. During the first lockdown in 2020, I discharged my duties and helped the general community in whatever possible way I can. And my service was recognized, and I was awarded as the Corona Warrior by Akhil Bharatiya Agrawal Sammelan in New Delhi, also from the Hubli Dharo Municipal Corporation. Dadasaheb Phalke Icon Award Films, they awarded Corona Yoddha Award to me in Mumbai. Due to my interest in the education field, I took over as the chairman of Gitanjali Career Counseling Admission Services. As I noticed, parents and students of our area are not much aware of the courses available and how admission process mostly in this engineering and medical field. So we started Gitanjali Career Counseling, which normally caters to the counseling and admission process, which people had to go to Bangalore or Pune. I am thankful for studying in good school like Rotary colleges like JGCC and IMSR, which helped me identify my skills and interest, which helped me to develop as a person and to help to contribute to the society whatever bit I can. To my young friends studying in the current batches, I would like to say, accept whatever comes as it is, as no journey is smooth as it may look. There is a lots of hard work, many sleepless nights and sacrifices which are involved. And more importantly, nothing can be achieved without the support of the family and friends. I have been part of many ventures from the beginning till date. I always said yes to whatsoever opportunity I got, without thinking much whether I will be successful or not. And that's been key to my success. Whenever and wherever I got any opportunity, I did my work with full sincerity and honesty. No matter what, persistence, patience, and time management have always been my key part of my personality and success. I know one thing, there is no shortcut to success. It's a continuous process. There are moments when people will criticize you, try to break you, try to distract you, but still you must manage to hold on to your work with full determination. You should be like a racehorse. A racehorse doesn't know that it's running a race or how many people are running parallel to it or how many people are watching it. All it knows that it just has to run as fast as it can. Lastly, I would like to say that don't stay afraid thinking what might go wrong. Rather, stay excited thinking what might go wrong or go right. With this, I would like to conclude my success story till now. And I would like to share some of the memories which were part of my success story. Please have a look at them.
Slideshare.
To do slideshow, I communicate.
Yes, sir.
Share.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your exceptional journey with us. Indeed, it was and it is an inspirational journey. I now request Shri Arvind Deshmukh, sir, President KDIMSR Alumni Association, to give away the presidential remarks.
Thank you, everyone. Very happy to share my few words on today's wonderful session. It was really wonderful and nice. First of all, I should be thankful to two persons. Like first one is our KLA IMSR former director, Dr. Prasad Rudgi, who initiated this wonderful program, and other person is my batchmate and young and energetic, dynamic present director, Dr. Rajan Prasadji. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your kind concern and support to conduct such a wonderful program. And I'm very happy to congratulate and appreciate all the speakers who shared their wonderful views, opinion, and tips for success. Thank you so much for all the speakers for your valuable suggestions and opinions. And I should be thankful to all the participants and our own association members, Shruti Madam, Aruna Madam, and Suchitra Huli, and all the office bearers of our association. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you so much, sir. I now request Professor Aruna Batur, Secretary KDIMSR Alumni Association, to give vote of thanks.
Ma'am, before Aruna Madam gives vote of thanks, a small line that I would like to talk.
Please.
Probably rest of all the people have got encouragement outside IMSR. There is one person who has got recognition within IMSR itself, right? He has grown from the scratch till being a director of IMSR, right? So a very heartily congratulations to Dr. Rajendra Prasad sir from the start till now. I think he's also is a success story that we have missed this time.
Thank you,
Probably
sir.
we can start with him next year. Right? Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Rajesh.
So with this, before Madam propose vote of thanks, I once again invite everybody to the campus. As I said, it's your campus now. Anybody can come anytime, no formalities, and see that what best we can contribute to the institute. So thank everybody for participating, and I can give an open invitation for everybody. Thank you very much. Over to you.
Good evening, all. At this outset, I thank Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Director, KLE IMSR, for giving us an opportunity to organize this alumni meet. Thank you, sir. I thank Sri Arvind Deshmukh, sir, President Sri Amit Mahajan, sir, for spending your valuable time with us, and Sri Siddharth, sir, for coordinating with first, second, and third batch. Thank you so much, sir, for coordinating with first, second, third batch. And my deep thanks to all our speakers and the alumni who have spent their valuable time and shared their successful journey, which is an inspiration to our students and a guiding light for our students. It has helped a lot. Thank you to all the speakers and to all the alumni who has spared their valuable time and shared their successful journey. You all have reached a big height and a success in your life, but you all are deep rooted with us forever. I'm thankful to all the teaching and non-teaching staff for their support. Thank you one and all.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
2 minutes in open session.
We can have some informal session.
If anyone wants to give any ideas or suggestions or something like. I thought